The moment her heels echoed across the marble floor, the room fell silent, not because she was expected, but because no one believed she would actually come. 20 men stood in perfect rows, dressed in tailored suits, their faces polished with confidence, charm, and carefully rehearsed smiles. But her eyes didn't even pause on them. They moved past the wealth, past the beauty, past the perfection. Until they landed on a man standing awkwardly near the back, holding the hand of a small child. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and stories that touch the soul, take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, Kindness Stories. Your support helps keep these heartfelt stories alive. Her name was Elena Voss, a billionaire known not only for her success but for her cold, calculated decisions. She had built an empire from nothing, rising from poverty with a determination that made people admire her, and fear her. When she announced a public Groom selection event, people laughed at first, assuming it was a publicity stunt. But when invitations were sent, and 20 of the most handsome, accomplished men in the city were selected, the laughter turned into fascination. Each man was impressive. CEOs, athletes, models, influencers. Men who had spent their lives becoming exactly what society admired. They stood tall, ready to impress, each believing they had what it took to win her heart. But none of them noticed the man at the back. His name was Daniel Hayes. His shirt was clean but worn, his shoes slightly scuffed, his posture uncertain. He hadn't come to compete. He hadn't even been invited. He was only there because of a misunderstanding. A mix-up in paperwork when he had applied for a job as a maintenance worker at the venue. By the time he realized what was happening, it was too late to leave. His 5-year-old daughter, Lily, clutched his hand tightly, her wide eyes filled with curiosity and wonder. Daniel had been a single father for 3 years. His wife had passed away suddenly, leaving him to raise Lily alone. Since then, life had been a constant struggle. He worked 2 jobs, slept little, and carried a quiet exhaustion that never left his eyes. But despite everything, he never let Lily feel unloved. He packed her lunches, braided her hair badly but lovingly, and told her stories every night, even when he was too tired to keep his eyes open. That day, he had brought her along because he couldn't afford a babysitter. As Elena walked past the line of men, they introduced themselves one by one, offering polished words and practiced charm. They spoke of their achievements, their wealth, their ambitions. But Elena's expression didn't change. It was as if she had heard it all before, because she had. Then she reached the end of the line. Daniel looked down, embarrassed, ready to apologize and explain the mistake. But before he could speak, Lily tugged his hand and waved at Elena with innocent enthusiasm. It was such a small gesture, so pure and uncalculated, that it broke the rhythm of the entire room. Elena stopped. For the first time since entering, her expression softened. She looked at Lily, then at Daniel. And in that moment, something shifted, something no one else in the room could understand. Because Elena wasn't looking at a poor man in worn clothes. She was looking at a reflection of her past. Years ago, Elena had been a little girl just like Lily, standing beside a parent who was doing everything they could to survive. Her own father had been a hard-working man who sacrificed everything for her, often going hungry so she could eat. He had taught her strength, resilience, and kindness. And when he passed away, she had promised herself she would never forget where she came from. But somewhere along the way, success had hardened her. Until now. Without hesitation, Elena stepped forward and said that she had made her choice. The room erupted into confusion.